Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another full face of first impressions. And this video went downhill real fast. There was a few things in here that really did not work out for me. So you guys are interested in what worked out for me and what didn't, then just keep on watching. I'm going to be starting off with my face today, and I'm using the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer. This primer is $38, which is pretty pricey, and it's basically just supposed to smooth out the appearance of your pores and fine lines. It says it's oil-free yet still hydrating, and it's supposed to make your makeup last longer as well. So I'm just gonna be starting off with one pump. Oh, I just pumped out like a pump on my finger and it's super liquidy, and that was before I read the shake well. Okay, let's try this again. I shook it pretty hard and it's still really liquidy. I, for some reason, was expecting this to be like kind of thicker and more like moussey. It dries down really fast, but it is like rolling off my skin right now. I feel like it like evened out my skin tone, but I don't feel like it blurred out my pores. But anyways, moving on, I'm gonna try this new foundation. I've actually had this for a couple weeks now, but I just never got around to trying it. This is the Nars Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. This is in the shade Medium 1. I haven't really seen anybody talking about this, but on one side you have the foundation and the other side it actually comes with like a sponge, which I probably won't use because it feels kind of stiff. So this foundation is $45 and it has medium coverage. Also says it's for sensitive, normal, dry, combination, and oily skin, so all skin types, and it has a matte finish. It also says that it layers easily for medium to buildable coverage, so we'll see if we can layer this up. This looks like it's gonna match me when I'm spray tanned, but I'm not right now, so it is gonna be a little bit dark, but we're just gonna go with it today. It doesn't look too dark actually. I thought it was gonna be a lot darker. Let's try this. Yeah, I don't know if I like this sponge. It's almost like it's really like stiff and it's not really blending out the product. It's more kind of like taking it away. I'll add more. Try a beauty blender on this side. So it's actually blending out really easily. I don't know if I would call this medium coverage either. It's actually not really covering up that much. You can still see a lot of my redness and my pimples, but let's try and build it up after I get this layer blended in. So I'm gonna go in with a second layer. So you definitely can build it up, and I don't think it's looking cakey at all. I thought the color was gonna be way too dark for me, but it actually does match my body. It does have a really strong yellow undertone though. Online it looked a little bit more like a neutral base, but definitely has a lot more of a yellow undertone to it. I actually do really like the way it looks on my skin. I feel like it's not like a super matte foundation. I still have a little bit of, not like glowiness, but kind of like a satin finish on my face. You can see like where the light is reflecting off my cheeks. It's sitting pretty nice on the skin right now. It isn't creasing in any of my smile lines yet, which is awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to concealer, and I'm using the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. I have the shade, is the shade? Oh, light. I love the packaging that Milk Makeup comes in. A lot of people don't like it, but I actually think it's really cool. This is what the concealer looks like. This concealer is $28, so it's about the same price as other high-end concealers, maybe a little bit more actually, but it's supposed to be a full coverage concealer. Oh, I was not expecting this to have a wand in it. I thought that it was gonna be like a squeezy tube. I had no idea that this had a wand. That actually makes me like it a lot more because I don't usually like concealers that come in tubes that you have to squeeze, because it's just kind of messy. And for being the shade light, this actually looks really dark. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on where I usually do. I guess it's not too dark. It just looks a lot darker in the tube. So I'm putting this on everywhere that I usually put concealer, where I like to highlight the center of my face. And then I'm gonna blend this in with a beauty blender. It has a very liquidy consistency, which I actually like because it is making it a lot easier to blend out. And it looks really pretty. It's for sure full coverage, which I love. So far, I'm really liking this concealer, but it is creasing under my eyes, and I feel like that's just because I'm taking a long time and I keep talking. When you go right over it, it takes them out. So I'm gonna stop talking and set them. So I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I have the shade 10 Fair Light in this. Okay, it actually made my under eyes look like really dry. I don't know if it's the concealer that did that or the powder. So I'm gonna set the rest of my face with this too and see if that happens anywhere else. I honestly don't know what's causing this, and I'm starting to think it's the primer because on my nose and my forehead and then this little chunk on my cheek look really like dry, and the makeup is like separating underneath the powder, which is really weird. Yeah, something weird is definitely happening. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see my forehead because that looks the worst right now. Can you guys see that? How bad it's separating? And like, I don't know, my forehead looks really cakey and it's separating a ton, like right here and right here. I know it's like super hard to see, but when I like cover the lights, do you see that? That is bad. Okay, I feel like it's honestly getting worse and worse like as the minutes go on, and even like my cheeks are starting to look bad now. It's so weird what is going on. My nose, my cheeks right here, and then my forehead look awful right now. Oh, I don't even know what to do right now. I don't even want to finish my makeup. I'm gonna have to look at the ingredients in everything I just used on my face because one of the main reasons for things to separate is their bases. If something has a silicone base and then you use something with a water base over top of it, it's gonna separate. So that could be one reason why this is happening. And I feel like this definitely has a water base. And I'm assuming this has a silicone base because it's a pore filling primer. I'm just gonna have to look up online and see what the ingredients are in all these products because something is not working together on my face, and I should have known that before I started this. I should have looked at the ingredients before mixing them. I'm just gonna move on now and try and push past this. So I'm going to use the brand new Anastasia blush kit. This one is in the shade Radiant, and I have been so anxious to try this, and I've had it for about a week now, and I haven't even swatched it. I haven't done anything, but I've been super excited. I think I'm gonna try this peachy shade right here. Ooh, wow, that's pigmented. Jeez, these are super pigmented. Didn't even pick up that much on my brush, and I tapped off a ton, and it's still super pigmented. So I'm going in with this, just a clean fluffy brush and buffing that a little bit. Okay, so I just wiped off my brush, and I'm gonna go in with a different shade. I'm gonna try this one, and I'm just gonna pick up literally hardly anything, and then also tap off. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell, but just from putting that blush on, it is like completely taking off the foundation. Like I can literally see my skin like right here. This really sucks because it's completely ruining my makeup right now. And I feel like I'm not gonna like anything that I put on top of it because everything I'm putting on is just coming right off and it's separating like crazy on my forehead. Okay, I'm just gonna keep moving on and see how this works. So I'm using this Nars. This is a limited edition highlighting and bronzing palette. I've used the highlighters, but I've never touched these two bronzing and contour shades. So I'm gonna first go in with the lighter one, and I'm using a clean brush. This is a Morphe E33. It's not super pigmented. I'm picking up quite a bit actually, like running my brush through it a lot, and I'm not getting too much on the brush. Yeah, I'm like going in both these shades pretty hard actually, and I'm like hardly getting anything on my brush. Anyways, now I'm going to be trying the Anastasia Glow Kit. This is the sugar one. This is brand new, and I'm so excited to try this. I have been holding myself back from trying this. I've swatched them. I swatched on my Snapchat actually, and they are beautiful. There is one shade though, I believe it is Butterscotch. It's either Butterscotch or Gumdrop that has actual glitter particles in it, which I'm not really a fan of in highlights, to be honest. I don't really like having actual glitter on my face, but in the Nicole Guerrero kit, there was one that had glitter in it, but it looked really pretty on my cheeks. So this one is Marshmallow, so pretty. This is Gumdrop, Butterscotch, which is my fave, and then that one is Starburst. So they're all super pretty. I think I'm gonna try these two today. First one that I'm gonna try is Marshmallow. I'm just gonna pick some up on an Anastasia A23 brush. I love how it has a super like yellow, it's almost like a green gold, and it's really pretty. Now I'm gonna use another brush to use the shade Butterscotch. This is a Morphe R36 brush. Ooh, that one's pretty too. Okay, well, I love this glow kit. I swear, Anastasia can do no wrong with glow kits. I've loved every single one of her glow kits. They are so pretty. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to my eyes now, and I'm using the new Natasha Denona palette. So this one I have swatched, and when I swatched them, they looked really, really pretty. So I'm super excited to try this one out. I love Natasha Denona palettes, but I hate this stupid plastic thing. It is so weird. Like, why can't you just print the names on the palette? I don't understand that. Especially for being, I think this was like $129. For it being that expensive, you'd think that they would put the names on the palette. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here. If you guys could see that, that is the shade Nude Mauve. And we're just gonna put this right into my crease. Ooh, that's pigmented, jeez. And it blends out super easy too. This looks a lot more gray in the palette, and then when you put it on, it has a little bit more of like a purple tone to it, which I actually really like. Okay, now I'm gonna pick up the shade Amara, A-M-A-R-A. I hope I'm saying that right. This really pretty shade right here. And this is an Anastasia A25. Such a pretty shade. I love this one. Okay, now I'm gonna take this gold shade right here on Anastasia A2 brush. I'm gonna put this on the inner half of my lid. I love this shade, oh my gosh. I thought it was gonna be more of like a true gold, but it actually is more of like, it's almost like a rose gold. It has a little bit of a rosy undertone. I am getting a little bit of fallout. Okay, so I actually am gonna try and spray my brush with some setting spray. Just see if I can make this more metallic because it is pretty, but I feel like it could be way prettier if my brush was wet. Yep, I like that a lot more. See how much brighter this is than this one? So of course you don't have to do that, but I just feel like it makes every eyeshadow like 10 times better. Okay, now I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's a really, really pretty duochrome like rose gold shade, and I'm just using that same brush that I was just using, and I'm gonna put this on the outer corner and then just kind of like tap those two together to blend them. Okay, so I feel like the crease needs to be a little bit darker, so I'm just gonna take this shade again. I really wish there was a darker shade in this palette than this. I would use this, but it has a shimmer in it, and I don't like using those colors in my crease. I feel like it just looks really weird on me. So I'm just gonna take that shade again and just deepen up the outer corner. And then I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. Ooh, that's pretty. This is such a pretty, like, icy blue purple. All right, so I think that's all the shades I'm gonna use from this palette. I think that the shimmer shades look really, really pretty. I wish there was more transition shades though. There's really only 2, and then there's like 2 crease colors. I wish there was some darker shades in here too. That would be my only complaint. Otherwise, I think they blended out really nicely. Okay, so now my microphone just died and I didn't realize until now. So I did put lashes on. These are the Lily lashes in the style Luxe. And then I lined my lower waterline with the Marc Jacobs eyeliner pencil. And then I also put some eyeshadow down there, and I just used this shade right here, and I just smudged that out, and I believe that's all I did. So now I'm just gonna line my lips with the Colourpop Lippy Pencil. This is in the shade BFF. And then I have 3 lipsticks by Anastasia. These are her 3 new shades in the shades Trouble, Starfish, and Rocksand. I'm gonna swatch them for you guys. Here's Trouble. So pretty. I think that's the one that I want to use. Rocksand. And then this one is Starfish. So I think I'm going to try Trouble first and see how I like that one. Okay, I love this shade. This is so stunning, but obviously it hasn't dried down yet. This is a matte liquid lipstick, but I feel like it doesn't really match my eye makeup, so I'm going to use Rocksand. So now I'm going to move on to my setting spray using the Cover FX mattifying setting spray. Okay, so I feel like that made my face look a lot better. I don't look as like dry and flat. I actually look more like healthy. So I'm going to continue to use these alone and with different products and see which one is doing this to my face. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it kind of went downhill right when I started my face. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys like these kind of videos, I will definitely keep doing them. Just let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.